And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
Now here's McCollum. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Pass to Barnes. Off target from outside. And Valanciunas has got the ball here for the New Orleans Pelicans. Good on the shot.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Here's Van Vliet. Pirtle trying to get open. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
I don't think you can shoot.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. A three from McCollum. And no good that time. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, every time out, it's a learning experience to some degree. But that's not what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it hurts a little more when you play well and fail to close out a game. That was one they should have won.
And it's Williamson missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Here's Van Vliet. Here's Pirtle. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
And again, no good by New Orleans.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
Now Daniels, after OG Anunoby missed from long range. To the middle, and the jam by Larry Nance.
Well, you've got to be decisive in your movements in the pick and roll, and Mr. Nance Jr. does exactly that.
Here's Barnes. Larry Nance comes up with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Marshall. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
On the wing, Anunoby. Here's Achua. Nance with some nice D. New Orleans leading by 9. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game.
Stop getting desperate.
Third team foul.
First free throw is good.
Shooting for New Orleans, Jose Alvarado.
Both shots good from the stripe. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Anunoby. It's tipped.
Larry Nance, twice on the pipe, says no, sir.
they've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Alvarado. He's off on that one. Good D by Anunoby. Knocked loose. Nance outside. That's tipped. Off the run. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
At the line for your Raptors.
This is a guy very willing to put his body on the line. Scotty Barnes gets that defense to commit and accepts the contact.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
At the end of the
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Pelicans on top. They're up by 11. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
Get left, yo! It's time for your North Side!
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Pelicans have been rolling right along, haven't they?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Van Vliet wide open. And it's off from three-point range.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred VanVleet is.
It feels to me, Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred VanVleet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Boucher's shot is off.
And you know, you can't impact the shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Here's Ingram. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
And you look at the way Ingram can get off a shot. When he gets to his spots, there's just no stopping him. Very few players can create like he can.
A creator indeed, and the name you always hear, Greg, with Ingram as a comparison, Kevin Durant.
And that's about as fair a comp as you'll find. Ingram is special with how he can rise up over defenders with that shot. It makes him a lethal weapon late in the game.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Kicks it out to Williamson. And again, no good by New Orleans. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the
And we're
floor.
about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Van Vliet with it. Now defended by McCollum. And Fred VanVleet gets the three. Van Vliet's got it back down to within single digits for the Raptors. It's McCollum on the wing. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
For three, Van Vliet. They grab their own miss. The dunk by Achua.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to lead, no doubt. Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Back to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. Siakam's shot is off. Pelicans leading by 5. Valanciunas inside. Kicks it out to McCollum. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Pass to Siakam. Back to Achua. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, Pascal Siakam can put a ton of pressure on the defense. This guy has the physicality that you love.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for New Orleans?
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Barnes looking around. Good work defensively by Jones. New Orleans leading by 3. 50 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Valanciunas. His last outing, 16 points for him.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
The drive by Barnes. And that one drops for him.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Yep, that one goes.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Raptors.
Stolen. And here's the fast break. Drops in the breakaway layup. Now it's a 5-point Pelican lead. Pass to Trent. For 3, Van Vliet. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first.
15. The Pelicans, 20.
We've got second half action for you. And if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
Barnes outside. Siakam, good. Siakam's got 8 points.
Well, desire. Pascal Siakam has a ton of that. He's overcome so much in his life. You think a little bump in the road is going to stop him?
D2 from Williamson. Pelicans keep it alive.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Pirtle. Barnes outside. Here's Van Vliet. Clock at 6. Siakam for 3. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Kicks it out to Williamson. Williamson double team. To the left wing. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Lets it fly. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. Second shot opportunity. And Williamson with the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career.
Ingram right side. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Raptors trailed by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Down low. Here's Achua. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. 4 on the shot clock. Boucher with the ball. Now defended by Williamson. It's 1 on the clock. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, that's about positioning and length and athleticism. Boucher doing the job on the offensive rebounding end.
And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get his shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
And Doris, it seemed to change his scenery was good for Chris Boucher.
Guys, think about a guy like Chris Boucher, an unknown quantity when he enters the NBA, a tribute to the player development system in Toronto. Here was a guy with a lean frame. You didn't know what he could be in the NBA. A career year in 2021. The guy can flat shoot the basketball, he can be dangerous in transition, and he competes on the defensive end. Tremendous vision for Chris Boucher. He is making a case for being more involved offensively.
To the inside. Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Barnes outside. On the wing, Anunoby. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Back to Achua. Pass to Anunoby. Shoots the 3. Not going to go that time. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And credit the hustle from McCollum there. When he sees a chance to capitalize in transition, he attacks.
And here is Barnes. Good on the triple. Barnes has got 5.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Inside. Here's Murphy. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Pelicans lead by 8. Pass to Boucher. Poked loose. And stolen by Richardson. It's Richardson on the wing. And they recover it. Back to McCollum. Over Trent. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break.
24. The Pelicans, 32.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for New Orleans. They're leading by 8. Out to the wing. New Orleans moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Fades back. And no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. To the paint. Shots good by Siakam. Siakam's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Raptors. New Orleans leading by 6. Mr. Williamson. Basket counts.
Powerful move there by Williamson. He's not afraid to throw his weight around in the paint.
To the middle. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Alvarado. Williamson outside. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Pass to Siakam. Good. Siakam's got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is part of Pascal Siakam's growth, the willingness to absorb nightly responsibility to score the ball.
No good there. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Here's Pirtle, and he lays it straight in.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Pirtle. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
Here's Ingram. Good D by Barnes. Raptors trailed by 4. Here's Siakam. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Williamson. Ingram outside. Pass to Valanciunas. There's the triple. The shot that time, not on target.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And the basket by Alvarado. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for New Orleans.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He said, getting some looks on the three, but we're not connected. But don't get frustrated. He told them it's a game of ebbs and flows. Keep shooting with confidence, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Inside. And here's McCollum. Back to Valanciunas. Looking to get it going. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Siakam.
The big man, Valanciunas, can he get the job done at the line in a big spot?
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
Van Vliet. The shot misses. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. To the inside. Valanciunas.
Assisted.
And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Well, efficient scoring in the post, just one of the reasons Valanciunas is out there.
Down low. And stolen by Williamson. Ingram outside. There's a minute left to play in the final quarter. Bangs home the trifecta.
For 3.
And now an 11-point New Orleans lead.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for New Orleans.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Valanciunas.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Back to Anunoby. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For